don't understand what they want from me. They take my hands, washing them in dirty water. Try to find what's right in a distant place, so far away. The silence fills my heart with empty space. But now I'm sure of where I'll go from here. And tensions rise, they push me to divert my vision. But I will break the ceiling and the walls that kept me in for all this time, and all the reasons that I cannot find.
They'll wait for me to fall under that pressure. They'll wait for me to give it up. Well, I will not work against the forces I trust. Have to stay above the rushing water.
I will do my best to keep myself composed. It takes a lot not to overload. They can't tell me what is right for me. I just need peace of mind and my ability. But no one said that it would be this hard. You can't force it, but you'll play your part. So I will run until I reach the end, and who knows where I'll be. But all I know is that we'll start again.
They'll wait for me to fall under that pressure. They'll wait for me to give it up. Well, I will not work against the forces I trust. Have to stay above the rushing
I've got my sights on a brand new beginning. A steady rhythm will hold me to the shore. I've got my sights on a brand new beginning. A steady rhythm will hold me to the shore.
shots into Tokyo, and Tokyo needs to. I don't think he knows the dangerous situation he is in, but he perhaps is able to score it up. To sense it. Oh my God! The Kobe Biao got ever-wrecked in the victory. Uh-oh, I think he is in deep trouble. Can't pull back, because if he pulls back, the ice ball will be ready to... Hello? How are you doing? Great, so let's actually begin briefing about the second previous skill tournament on day 2 on the Asia server. What's going on? I have no idea what's going on. I'm just joking, I have some idea what's going on, and let's just go through one by one, slide by slide. Let's put it this way. The format is as follows as always. The first day is a 4-team double elimination play in the best of 3 series, and that was done yesterday. So we are on the second day. Once again, another 4-team double elimination play in the best of 3 series, and there are obviously more than 4 teams. So those teams are put in groups, and some of the groups might have 3, but we don't have one of that today. So that happened yesterday because the number was not divisible by 4. So you will find some groups having only 3 teams, and in very rare occasions, that only applies to when there are only 5 teams registered on the first day. Then you will be able to see 2 teams in one group. We have not yet reached to that level of inactivity, so don't worry, we won't be seeing any groups having only 2 teams. And the third day, which is going to be tomorrow, it will be an 8-team single elimination with match for 3rd place. The quarterfinals and semifinals will be played in the best of 5 series for tomorrow, and the finals and match for 3rd place will be played in the best of 7 series. The seeding is based on the strongest to weakest principle via a weighted win rate, and there is a higher weighting for the tier 10 stats, and the top 2 of each group from the first day advance to the second day, and the top 2 of each group from the second day advance to the third day, and the leaderboard is ranked in the setting order of the number of cups. And here are the number of cups each clan can earn in this previous skill, in one previous skill tournament. We will see which clan will earn the cups for the third day. It's all about qualifying to the next stage. If you don't, then there are dire consequences. You will be falling behind a lot. And here is the timeline. As we know, the games run from Friday all the way to the Sunday, and immediately after Monday will be the start of the 3rd previous skill tournament, running to Wednesday, and there is a break on Thursday, and once again 24th Friday to the Sunday will be the last previous skill tournament, and then we will have a 3-day of break. And I don't think I'm able to produce a lot of trailers at that time. Probably just one general trailer, but not like last year where there will be one trailer for every single top 8 clan. And I don't think that will be possible within the number of days I'm given a break. Certainly, I think I will do a professionals tournament talk interview on Wednesday for every server, and then the general overview of the season will be seen in the bottom left hand corner. We know that the top echelon, middle echelon, and the lower echelon, those games, the top 8 will go to the professionals tournament, 9 to the 16 to the challengers, and 17th to I think the 32nd placing team to the lower echelon, whereby professionals tournament will be a double round robin, and challengers tournament will be a two-stage double elimination, if I remember correctly, and lower echelon championship. I believe it's the same format as last season. I can't confirm. The Blitz Cup, just going to correct my mistake. It will be on Thursday and Friday instead of Saturday and Sunday, or Friday and Sunday. So I have yet to confirm with Wargaming. I believe that the official stream will happen on Friday instead of on Monday. Instead of on Thursday as well. So I have to double check with Wargaming, but the face cam is absolutely crucial, absolutely mandatory. So Wargaming has said that, which I don't really agree. I do believe players have the right to remain anonymous. And although it helps with the viewership, but I believe I think the captain's cam on will be fine, on the caller's cam. Just someone from the team's cam on, someone playing in the team. Just one will be enough. I think too many cams on were just a little bit too distracting. But anyway, that's just my 2 cents. And also, contrary to what I said before, EU server is actually not the second last server. It's actually the last server to be broadcast, so I was wrong about this. And the prize pool will be $50,000 US, which is a lot. The fourth place will actually earn more than the first place in the last 3 seasons, so that's actually a lot of money to get this season. And this is actually my top 8 guests. We have Feast, GB, ECG, ID, AE7, IQ, E7, HL, and EA. But that will change after the second previous skill tournament on the 3rd day. So, what I believe 1 or 2 clans here would be switched out in favor of other clans. But I do believe the top 8 is pretty much these clans. Except but then it's also quite competitive, as we could see later on. We will also take a look at the results yesterday, so if we can. Well, actually, let's just talk through the groupings, which is actually big news. A lot of groups which are, for me, it's a group of death. And group 2, Feast, ECG, IV, and ID. Either one of them will be out tonight. ECG, Feast, or the other one, I forgot, HLV. But it's going to be extremely chaotic, and we always love to see groups of death. When group 3 is actually not that. It's also very competitive, although you might think that the overall skill set is a bit lower, but NQE79B Ho and also EA, you can say either 2 of them, just you can't pick which 2 or qualify for tomorrow. Before you have E7, King, GB, and the recent rising star Laos, currently in the top 8. Can they continue their momentum? But against E7 and also GB, that will be difficult. But it will be good to see more teams joining. More teams breaking to the top 8 scene, and Group 1 also another tough group. RN, HLV do mean the top 8 contenders, and Salmon, unfortunately, I'm not sure, but they seem like the beating backs for this group. But you never know. They've ousted Quint yesterday. That means Cham and Quint might drop out of top 16 if Salmon finishes any higher than the 4th place tonight. King as well. If they finish anywhere higher than the 4th place tonight, they will probably get into the top 16. Otherwise, I think Cham, Quint, King, and Salmon will be tied with the same number of points. Cups, I mean, you will see any difference. As for the results of yesterday, let's actually go through one by one. Group 1, Khan was knocked out, and RN and De qualified. RN actually only beat De 2-1 in the grand final, so it can be a different story tonight. De could actually beat RN if they are not careful enough. And in Group 2, We have Salmon 2-1 against Quince, overturning the results previously where Quint beat Salmon 2-1, and ID just cruised through this group relatively comfortably. And then we have Group 3. We have Group 3 being Feast and King. King avenged their non-qualification of the first proof of skill tournament, but against G4. G4 already 2 proof of skill tournaments in a row that they couldn't qualify to the next day of games. But Feast definitely are now through to the next day of games, and they beat they also cruised through this group relatively easily. But G4, I think they just signed, and for them to get into the top 16, I think the chances are becoming slimmer. And Group 4, we have NQE7 and HLV pretty much dominating this group. Cham, no chance against these two clans, obviously. Group 5, we have once again Ivy and Ho dominating this group, with Ho being actually the stronger one. RS0C unfortunately became the beating backs for this group. So, and now we have Group 6, which is actually another good group. E7 and ECG dominated group, and B for the first time joined the Proof of Skill tournament, and not being able to qualify to the next day of games though, but I think they have room for improvement. They are also not a bad clan. They actually went to the final of the ABC tournament, so actually don't underestimate them, but they probably are transitioning from PC to touch, so I think that will take time. So maybe in the future they will become a force to be reckoned with. Group 7 also once again GB and 9V being quite the dominant teams in this group, but 9V barely won against CHDRP, so they have to be really careful. But they came close to GB in the first attempt, so you never know about 9V's chances tonight. And finally, Group 8, we can see that Laos and EA being the dominant teams in this group, and EA underperforming yesterday. I think that was an upset right here. Laos beat EA twice, and that doesn't look good at all, to be honest with you. That being said, the Laos is still rising up the power rating. They're still a bit low, but they have already gained a lot of rating points ever since. They are now in the 12th place of the power rating. They could earn even more if they could beat some of the clans tonight, though. So I think the room is up. So we will find out which clan we're following tonight. And as always, what's going to happen tonight is that I will follow the lower bracket first round. So that means games happening. I will miss some games happening in the upper bracket final. So, but because they are not that important, the lower bracket first round is more important. It decides which teams are going out first, and the pressure is higher there. So the stake is higher there as well. So let's actually follow that right after. So let me just find. Let me just tag HLV in my code, and then I believe the code should be right. So hopefully more people will join soon. Probably not a lot of viewers. Appreciate if more viewers would join soon, but let's look at this. HLV versus Stir. 1 minute left to go. Vineyard, relatively mobile map. You would see a lot of mediums and lights. Showdown tanks as well. Not a lot for the relatively the super heavies or the heavily armored tanks like the IS-4 or the Mouse or the E100 or the VK72.01K. Only HLV is taking one IS-4, one heavily armored tank here, and the WZ-113 could be the new heavily armored tank in my opinion. Because it doesn't have a lot of gun depression, to be honest with you, and we'll find out soon how it's going to work. But it has quite a good good DPM here. So HLV, we will be seeing 7710 in the WZ-113 Sortie, the Crown Wagon, and Joy Solo Q IS4 from Abyss AMXPTB Livni, double M6U alongside Rush with Sarutsu in the Vicus Light, the Baby Raid M6U, and we have Blu-ray, I believe, in the Vicus Light. It's a Blu-ray, and it's blue yellow. And the Vicus Light and quadruple M6Us by Baby Raid's Not That Piece is shown and Kanamu with Cowper in the or Cow Power, as I always as I always say, Cow Power in the bad chats, and then finally we have Don Don in the AMX50B, a single AMX50B, but you can work in tandem with those M6Os to unleash your clip potential, so you never know what there is going to make of this. But I mean, HLV is doing the same with that single AMX50B. But looking at this here, let's actually follow Cow Power for now. Or maybe Blue Cello. Blue Cello might get a better overview here. They're going straight into northwestern corner. They have to be really careful, but Cow Power looking to go into that position to reset B, but HLV, no, they're not sending anyone to reset B, and Sarutsu is in deep trouble. The Cow Power looking to shut down Sarutsu. Sarutsu clever enough to just run away immediately, but it might be out of position though, but no. HLV has already made a response to shut down Cow Power. Cow Power in deep trouble though. Can be taken out really quickly. Already the first minute, we are seeing Enjoy Solo Kill being taken out and also Cow Power. So it has started really quickly, and this is already Boa Saucy being the next time potentially out of the way, and I have to change the overlay. I forgot to change the overlay, so you might see no action going on at the moment, but Boa Saucy temporarily in comfort, but no, it's getting farmed actually. Boa Saucy quite low, and Dur with a substantial hit point pool lead. This is not looking good for the HLV at all, despite killing off Cow Power at the start. And Dur definitely sacrificed Cow Power and then did really well in the middle side. This is actually getting really tense here. Samus looking to capture A, I believe. Oh my, hello, the extra. And Don Don in that AMX50B looking to shut down Sarutsu, but HLV has shots on that tank, so you don't want to risk losing everything to kill one single tank, because you're just trading normally, and you don't want to trade equally here. Lively trying to put shots into Don Don. 2 shots already here. Oh, Don Don killed by Lively. Don Don, that was not a good last minute here. They are dude. But 771 though is now dead. Great shots from Not Hafiz and Kanamu, I think. The next time down could be from Abyss. The Baby Raid is coming here. Great HE. No, that was just an HE splash. That was unfortunate though. But great HE splash into From Abyss in the end. But that was a low row, I believe. But from Abyss, it's not going to be long for this world, and Dur is leading by quite a lot of hit points now, and you can say it's going to be Dur taking home here. This one with Dur looking for Rush next. Dur will be actually winning the first one. To our surprise, HLV is actually on paper the better team, but Dur looking very dominant in this one. Taking hold of that middle corner, middle area really nicely, and despite losing Cow Power at the start, it was just the only tank and also the other tank that died very late, in a very long time afterwards. Dur got this one 1-0. 6 tanks doing more than 2k. HLV didn't start this one nicely. Only 1 tank doing more than 2k, and Dur looking very strong here. I really like to see that. Dur, they would be very happy about that result the last match. So and it's 1-0. Interesting. I'm not sure which team Wargaming and Rolling Swarm is following tonight. At least we're getting more viewers. Let's actually get more. I mean, last time when I streamed Asia 7, I got like almost 100 viewers at one point. I mean, if we can reach to half that number tonight, I'll be very happy. But anyway, no jackfruit. I don't have any fruit pot to me. I forgot to buy fruits yesterday while I was doing shopping, so that was a bit problematic. Maybe I'll have banana afterwards. But anyway, Well, during the break maybe. Well, probably we don't have break because we're just going through the racket, so I don't think we will have break. So HRV going with a double M60. I think it's like an AMX50B, an IS4 Kramwagen, and a WZ13, which with they're going with triple AMX50Bs this time. I think it's like double WZ13, and they shot in a T175. Hello, Sponge. Hi there. And right, so Vineyard second match. Let's see what's going to happen here. On Vineyard, so no M60 for Dur. This is pretty rare in the new meta. What plan do they have in mind? It's going to be interesting. So let's go. HRV red team on the north spawn with the blue team on the south spawn, and we'll see. Let's actually follow Cow Power for now. Cow Power, how are you doing? Going for spots. I like the idea here. Going for spots, not for the quick cap here. I'll spot up the M60s, but I might have overpeaked. Lucky not to receive a hit though. Has to be really careful next time not to overpeak like that, because that could have been really terrible, a terrible mistake here. But B will be captured by Dur at the start, so they will have the cap lead here. But HRV has already chipped away some hit away of Dur, so Dur has to approach this one really carefully. And HRV definitely they have a few minutes to chip away the hit points, but it seems Will also drop some hit points here. So Dur actually now is leading in hit points. I mean, Attribution will also drop hit points too. If it continues like that, Dur on the match point at the moment would be able to qualify to the upper bracket final. Oh, Cow Power, cheeky! This is a great move by Cow Power, looking to get crossfire, but it seems Russian Livni is looking to shut Cow Power down. I think Cow Power needs to run away quickly though. Rush is looking for Cow Power here, but does it mean that Dur is looking to make a push on the other side on A? It seems they're doing that. They have to be really careful though. Livni receives a bait hit though, but Dur, are they doing it now? They must not do it half-hearted here. But they are now looking to rush into the spawn of HLV. HLV is in deep trouble here. Those AMX50Bs are bullish in killing off Zero, but it seems Baby Rays have taken a lot of hits from HLV, but Baby Rays is now dead. Zero is now dead, and Dur is forced to run a really long distance to take out the tanks near the spawn. So HLV might not be in deep trouble though, but H-Shot is now dead. It's now 5 versus 5. Hit points are now neck and neck. Cow Power is still very far away from the rest of the Dur's tanks. I mean, Dur needs to start closing in, and HLV also got 3 caps. So Dur, definitely the time is running out. They have to get the caps back, or they need to get the kills in as soon as possible. But time is running out definitely. And HLV, they're trying to reset A, and I think Dur is really throwing everything they could. They need to get the tanks out of the way though. Can they do it though? They don't have a lot of time left. HLV will approach more than 900 cap points now. It's going to be interesting. Dur is losing quite a lot of hit points at this rate because they are panicking in what to do. They need to kill off those one-shots. They could have both Salty and Lively at the same time. But HRV still has more than 900 cap points. Dondo is now dead. HRV 955. This is actually getting really close. They need to kill off Enjoy Soluki, but not have peace. And Kanabu are on a drone reload. HLV lost B as well. But they need Enjoy Soluki. They can't lose another tank. But Enjoy Soluki is finally dead. It's now 2 versus 3. HLV still has the hit pool advantage. Sarutsu is now dead. But HLV looking to capture B. I don't think that's possible though, because Kanawa is there. Rush is the last person standing. But if Rush is able to kill a tank, it's actually going to be HLV's game. This is actually getting really close. And Dur so close to getting the second victory here. But now Kanawa and Not Have Peace are on the drone reload. If not, Rush is going to stay alive for slightly longer. 2 more seconds to go. I think this is going to be HLV. Oh my goodness me. This is so close despite their killing off rush in the end. HLV getting those 3 caps proved to be monumental. Oh my goodness me, HLV snatched this game out of nowhere, despite once again chipping away really well the hit points, and the rush on A was good, but I think HLV did stuff on the other side. I think also they didn't really take notice of Cow Power there. Did quite a lot of damage, more than 2,000 here. Could have been HLV losing if Cow Power was able to do even more. Rushing into the enemy spawn was a risky move. It kind of paid off in the end, but at the same time they lost all 3 caps, so it wasn't really a great move. But HLV definitely read into that and got all 3 caps and pretty much kind of coasted through. Pretty much kind of meandered their way through to a win in the end. I mean, it was so close, I have to say. I really like to see how close those games are in this one. We are definitely entertained. We're now on to Middleburg, but this is not the time to go on turns because everything is going to decide here, and I don't think you're going to get any easy opponents in the lower bracket first round. But I must say, this is really entertaining. I'm really happy that Wargaming assigned me to follow Group 1. I mean, yeah, if they're lost, they will face Salmon probably. They should be able to qualify, I think. But, oh my lord. What a match! Alright, so now we're going to be seeing HLV vs Stir on Middleburg, match tiebreaker. This is really exciting. I really like to see how close the games were. The last match, it all boils down to that cap in the end. Sarutsu, let's see what he has in store. Oh, spawned up quite a lot of tanks. Great shots and love hat feast here. Cow Power though, on the other hand, spawned up from Abyss. That was a good spot though, but from the south side, spotting is not as good as from the north side, and north side has that advantage here. But we see it a lot of times that doesn't really make that much of a difference because it's all about chipping away the hit points in the mid game phases. But the mouse already captured B, and Joyce little kill getting into A slightly later, captured A as well, and I think all the attention will be on C. Whoever can get C will give the team quite a substantial map control and cap point advantage. And we are seeing Cow Power, spotted running away. I think that could... Oh no, that Cow Power got shot. Should have gotten spotted first and then run away. That was not some good hit points dropped for Durdo. That is not a good move from Cow Power. Has to stay safe. And I think HLV knows there is a Cow Power being transferred out of the way, and maybe they're looking to pile pressure on the C. But is Dur ready for this? Do they have shots to reset C? Maybe Race spotted, but Wasorta is trying to capture C. I think Cow Power pretty much dropped the ball here. But Wasorta tries to shoot, maybe Race unable to shoot anything. Oh, actually get HE shot, HE splashed. Puts a good resetting shot onto Wasorta. But HLV is trying to get C still. Unable to reset Wasorta here. Wasorta might be able to get C with relative impunity. And here we go, HLV, they got both A and C. Now, the cap points are in favor of HLV. And HLV are now defending behind with their they have B power for enjoy solo queue here, but I think the pressure is on there right now. They don't have the cap point advantage. They also don't have the hit point pool advantage. HLV, all they need to do is just stay safe. The MX-50Bs are looking towards the A side. They think that there might be a rush coming in to shut down enjoy solo queue. Let's see if Don can actually get A though, but I think it's kind of difficult because enjoy solo queue is just in position to reset A. And here we go. The battle for resets. Enjoy solo queue, great shot into enjoy solo queue. I mean, the MX-50B has now come in to look to shut down Don. I think Dur has to make a move on the outside now. If they don't, Don would be taken out quickly. It's a mouse though, but the mouse has been nerfed with the hit points. They need to start making a move onto the other side. HLV still able to maintain the hit point, the cap point advantage, and Dur now making a move on the other side. But Don, how long can he survive? That's a million dollar question here. Dur needs to get C and also get the tanks all the way on the hillside, but HLV already diverting everyone onto A. They might be able to capture B at the same time here. HLV could win this one by capture. If all Sorte is unable to survive, Don is now dead, and that's not good news for Dur. HLV now trying to get B, and that could be important. Dur, they need to get ball sorted off the way and also rush. They got rush here, but they are going to lose B soon. And if they could get ball sorted off the way, that will become a little bit close. But they once again they are under a cap, one cap. So Dur, time is running short. Time is running short. Another piece needs to get ball sorted out of the way. Kills off ball sorted, that's important, but does not want to get absolutely farmed by those AMX-50Bs. But HLV, 980, they have 2 caps. They just need to survive. They just need to not lose one more tank. And they got it. They got it 2-1, and they qualified to the upper bracket final. That was very close once again. But HLV, that was actually more dominant than the last match. They have the idea. They have the cap control pretty much the entire game. Dur was forced to make a move in the end, and I think Dur made some 2 major mistakes. First, that Vickers Light didn't get unspotted while trying to run away, and that gave HLV the signal to capture C with relative impunity, and it really all boils down to this, because that signal right here could mean that might not be just one tank rotating away, could be multiple tanks rotating away. So HLV definitely read this well, and secondly, Dur wasn't quick enough in getting to C. And they split up the AM-50B. That is going to be the signal for you to start making a move though, because otherwise it would not be good. It would not be good. Yeah, otherwise, you can see that mouse gets taken out really quickly. Don, and they lost B as well. And they are able to kill off Rush and Ball Sorte in the end, but it was too little too late because HLV got 2 caps as well. Credits to HLV diverting their forces, trying to get AB quickly, and they got the cap win more convincingly this time. So, all right, so I don't think room is up. So I don't think we're going to follow the lower bracket first round this time. Rolling isn't fees, so you need to join these. Alright, so are we waiting for... No, we are not waiting for Ara versus Salmon. I think that means that we're going to follow we're going to follow the upper bracket final, not the lower bracket first round, which is not nice. But anyway, RM beats Salmon 2-0. So that means RM will face HLV next. Meanwhile, we have Feast versus ECG, and it's going to be Feast beating ECG 2-0, and they're going to be facing ID. And ID, what's the result for them here? Okay, IV versus ID. ID won against IV 2-0. Let's mark it down and through to the next one. To the upper bracket final, group 3. We have NQE7 losing to EA12, and they're going to be facing 9V. Oh dear, oh dear. Ho won against 9V. That is an important result here, but either NQE7 or 9V would have to say goodbye to tomorrow's games, because Ho beat 9V 2-0, so that was a good result from Ho, and they're going to be facing EA next. Meanwhile, with Group 4, we're seeing E7 beating Laos 2-0, and G beats Kane 2-0. So it wasn't really. I mean, it was a good start. I mean, we have seen some tiebreakers here, but I don't think some of the results are actually surprising, except for 9V versus Ho. I thought 9V to Ho would be a close one. I actually tipped 9V to win, but in the end they didn't. So we'll wait for some minutes here. We have to wait around 11 more minutes. I do be commenting how. Oh yes, it's my style. I love to hype it up and make it nervous and exciting. So we are following RN versus HLV next, and I have to change this. So it's not going to start now. It's going to start 30 past. Okay, so now it should show up correctly. Let's do this once again. Yeah, it's showing up nicely. Yes, it's showing up correctly. Now we're going to update the leaderboard there. They played really well in the first two matches. The last match was a little bit of an inexperience, I would say. And I mean, HLV definitely was here. Thank you, Stradley. HLV definitely has more experience, so. No rewarding MX ASMR. Is that the reason why I'm getting 100 viewers at one point? It's because of me eating fruits, so you guys feel more comfortable here. Yeah, third push late, as I said before. Let me just reload everything, because I don't think it's showing up the leaderboard. So let's do it once again. So the new leaderboard will look like this. Come on, let's run this one again. Okay, so here is the table for you. E7 currently 19,270, 8 cups, GV 18,574. Okay, that's actually not saying all the number of cups because that's a little bit too much. Number 3. Okay, so third place we have Feast, 4th RN, 5th HLV, ID in the 6th place, EA in 7th, Laos in 8th, Ho in 9th, ECG in 10th. NQB7 in 11th, they're 12th alongside 9V, IV in 14th, Cham in 15th alongside King, Quint, and Salmon. So whichever clan, either King or Salmon, win in the lower bracket first round would actually get the 15th place, and G4 and Calm the same number of cups but in 19th place, and also RS0C, which I didn't include here. So that's going to be extraordinarily good. No Chinese commentary, no. Maybe one day when I'm streaming community tournaments on Asia, maybe I'll try Cantonese, but my Cantonese is not like really fluent. Although I'm a native there, but my friend's been saying that I just couldn't make any sentence. I couldn't make any sense to some of my sentences because I was just stuttering too much, and just and the Cantonese language just is quite unwelcoming and unforgiving when it comes to stuttering, and also because the words, you can't just utter one single word. For Cantonese, if you utter just one single character, if you don't have any character to follow through, the chances are the people just don't understand what you're talking about. Maybe I'll try, but I might fail horribly. But we'll see. Yes, that's your fault. Not penning a Scorpion G with HE using M2. You're definitely doing something wrong. Or maybe you're just not good at aiming. Well, anyway, the rumor's up. We're now onto the upper bracket final. Which I'm not really happy about, but it's fine because we got to follow all the matches of the upper bracket final. So we are now seeing RN versus HLV. This is going to be another exciting one. So prepare for me to actually lose my voice for tonight, and for you, so will be like completely deaf. Which I hope that won't happen, but no. Let's see. Do we have results for Dirt versus Salmon already? They're still playing, obviously, because it just happened. I mean, they just only started. I mean, look at this. Yeah, they just only started, so obviously they're not. Dirt is not that quick. ECG versus IV. Maybe they have finished, but they haven't. NQE7 versus 9V, and they are still playing at the moment because NQE7 finished late. Kane versus Laos, and it's actually still going on. I might play some pub games after this. Yes, well, maybe not, because I'll go straight to the lower bracket final. Here we go. So RN versus HLV. We're going to be seeing more tanks showing up, but HLV, after a dominant performance in Middleburg, but I mean, there are a lot of warning signs, to be honest with you. Against RN has been quite good this season so far, and I think they are better than the last season. So for now, so I can say RN, it's going to be a challenge for HRV, but you never know. And I mean, this group is pretty much like the battle of the Japanese, because RN, HLV, and Dura are all Japanese clans, and only 2 of them will qualify for tomorrow. At the moment, the top 8 we only have RN and HLV there. Dura is not there, so right. Here we go. Black Goldville. It's quite an open map, so expect a lot of once again mediums or lights, and not a lot of relatively heavily armored tanks like Mouse, IS4, E100 or VK, or VK. I mean 2 VKs like VK72, VK90s. They are all relatively heavily armored tanks. Only RN sticking one of them. So, and maybe 113 it can be considered a heavily armored tank nowadays. But it's kind of versatile. So I probably won't group that probably won't group that as one. And 1-3 is good as well. So HLV, are they actually going for a mouse? No, they're going for an ice wood stack. Good choice here. You don't want a mouse because, as I said, open maps are not good for heavily armored big chunky tanks like the mouse, because the mouse works really well in narrow corridors, areas that are closed. Black Goldville is not one of them, so you might get shot from literally everywhere. No single tank has armor everywhere. So those chunky tanks, you do want them to, you don't want them to be in closed areas like Dynasty's Pearl or Dynasty's Pearl, which I think two pronunciations would just work fine, and also. Where else? Fort Despair is also another good map. And yeah, New Bay, good for mouse. Yukon too, and we're now seeing. Let's announce the lineup here. RN, Ploy, Kickshaw in the 1-3, with Alpha and Iron Brat Tank and Off Meeting, I believe. Triple M6Us, No Diva, IS4, Oswald in the Regular Slide and the world. Can't find it out. I always forgot your name, but sorry about that. HLV, triple double 1-3 Spice, 7 no and from the Blitz, more saucy and enjoy solo Q, double IS4 Rush and Lifty, double IS4 with Sarutsu the biggest light. No, Livni and Rush, double M6Os. I got it wrong. I apologize for this. But I think now it should appear correctly. What is going on here? I'm just going to see there's a paint and somewhere. I got tagged. So is it because they're announcing the stream's happening right now? No. Wargaming just released a video on how to help your team win. Oh, Oswald getting into this position, which is unique for the Sam spawn. Getting spots up of Rush and Livni and Sarutsu. Rush will be unable to, might got some spots in as well. Blocking Enjoy Solo Q, got Enjoy Solo Q spotted. Didn't get shot though, so lucky you, Enjoy Solo Q. But anyway, Ploy Kickshaw is going to go for A, and Iron Brat are going for A as well. So Capwood is going for RN at the moment. And HLV will be getting C next, so they're just one kill away from flipping everything. And might stuck anyway. No, RN might go even more aggressive now. Four tanks already close, and well, when ball sorted, also there was someone no got spotted. I don't think they will be happy people. And they're now making that push. They don't have speed though, they lost speed, so they have to make a push. They need to start cutting tanks away. No defense spotted, but oh my goodness me, RN swarming into Ball Sorting. Ball Sorting needs to be really careful, stay safe. I don't think so. Receives a bounce though, but that's good. And receives a second bounce. But will Ball Sorting be taken out though? Lucky is now down to half, not taken out just yet. Oh boy, Kickshaw gets absolutely smacked by HLV's crossfire. HLV actually starting not that bad. They already killed one tank, RN lost one tank here. The hit points are still in huge favor of RN at the moment, so the advantage is with RN, and they lost 7710 HLV, I mean. 646 hit points in huge favor of RN, but they don't have caps yet. HLV needs to start cutting off tanks before sorting by a bit low. It has to send into Anarchy here, and they're off meeting 0 people is going to push shots into ball sorting, or maybe not. Bounces happening around once again. RN must not bounce tanks here, bounce shots here. Ball sorting is finally dead. But those IS-4s of HLV doing everything they could to bounce shots everywhere. But looking at Oswald against Sarutsu, will be joined by Alpha. So Sarutsu will be taken out now, and it's now going to be a 6 versus 4 with the world now dead. 5 versus 4, and Joyceluki is going to be tagged by RN tanks. It's a miss here from off meeting 0 people. And Alpha coming in to shut down Zero's and Joyceluki. One shot in, second shot in, Joy Solo Q is now dead, and it's now going to be a 5 versus 3 with From Abyss looking for lift knee. Now down to one shot. I am Brett Tank. I like the new seating, yes. I am looking for literally down to one shot. HLV struggling to cope with the rush strategy from RN from Abyss, trying to survive of meeting Zero, trying to do the T stuff. Lifty's now finally dead from Abyss. More bounces happening. Oh no, the bounces. And obviously it was endgame, and RN could lose this one because of those bounces, but HLV not able to just consolidate and kill the isolated tanks of RN, meaning RN would win the first one, but with a lot of bounces from RN, so they need to tidy that up before it could become the reason why RN lost. And RN have 5 tanks doing on 2k. HLV not defending well, I have to say. Only 2 tanks doing on 2k, and RN just managed to pick up the isolated tanks of HLV, and they just were able to win despite bouncing a lot of shots, and 1-0 to RN. But RN has to be really careful of those bounces, because you don't want to do that in the next one, and that could prove to be costly. So at the moment, 1-0. Okay, here we go, the second match on Black Goldville. Let's see what's going to happen here. But RN starting off relatively okay, but the bounces, they have to be really careful. They have to be really mindful, and I mean, for now at this stage, this is forgivable. But when we are talking about the higher stages, this is probably going to cost you the game. So let's hope that's not going to happen in the next one. RN needs to tidy that up, because that happened like last year, the autumn season, where they bounced so many shots and cost him a few games. And HLV would not be happy about this. They aren't able to defend well. They are looking quite off today so far. Let's see if they could improve as the day goes on. But I'm not feeling very confident about HLV here. They have to start performing. They have to start to become a bit more solid as a group. They aren't really doing that at the moment. But at the moment, RM versus HLV. Well, let's update the scoreline, shall we? Because I updated in the wrong group. So here we go. Let's get to the right group. RN this time, I think pretty much the same lineup, and HLV as well. This time, HLV going for C with RN going for a defensive strat and start. They're actually doing something defensive, not aggressive. Last time I did an aggressive strat and it worked really well. No diva, great shot into the end. Joyce low Q. That was a shot that he could be really proud of. But that's just only the beginning. It's not this shot that's going to decide everything just yet. The world with this kind of move is he trying to shut down and Joy Solo Q, and Joy Solo Q knows he might be in some sort of trouble, so he has to move back a little bit. So the world has to be careful about Senritsu as well, but I don't think so, because now RN is now pushing the lineup on A. This time HLV once again gets the cap lead. It's all about defending once again. HLV, they have to defend better this time. Oh my lord! Ball sorting exported and got shot by a lot while crossing. Oh, this has gone from bad to worse for HLV. Now down by more than 2,000 hit points of deficit. RN, definitely they have the cap lead. They have the hit point pool lead. They don't have the cap lead, but they could be very happy about this. If they could kill up Enjoy Solo Q, they can immediately pull back and defend. But Enjoy Solo Q would draw RN's forces to fight with HLV. So, in my opinion, they can't really just kill one tank and defend. I think if they are looking to kill one tank, they have to coordinate a push, not taking out one tank and defend. I don't think that would be possible. So our end, I think they just need to figure out the way to rush. And I mean, usually teams just would rush in anyway. They don't think about killing one tank and defending afterwards. I think it's just a little bit difficult, but I think they could just approach this one a little bit more slowly than before. And that could be a little bit different now. HLV still holding but struggling to hold, and our end, they just need to find the right way to push. And Joyce Luke for me is actually the isolated tank, so if I were RN, I would push HLV and go for Borsalty next. They have to be really careful not to drop more and more hit points though, because HLV will be happy to have that. No diva trying to go for B, but HLV, no one's going for B. I think that could be even better here. But no, HLV's there. Oh, they're able to reset no diva from Abyss, and also 710 reacted too late. And the push that I was talking about has come in, and they have killed off Borsalty and also enjoyed solo kill as well. 2 tanks down already for HLV. And with 2 caps in the bag, Alpha is going to go down very quickly too. And now we're seeing 771 from Abyss struggling to hold on, and Plorextro is coming from behind looking to shut down 771. No, this is certainly going to be our end, I think. And 771 is now dead with Abyss looking for Plorextro. And HLV is coming to shut down Iron Brat Tank, but is it going to be enough though? Are they able to get with A and B? I don't think so. From Abyss seems to be next time. That is going to go down next. And from Abyss, it's going to be the next time down. It is going to be the case. Our end looking very dominant here, and they're definitely miles ahead of HLV tonight so far. HLV not really feeling the groove. This is really unlike the HLV we saw in the previous seasons. Arista and Lively both dead, and HLV are condemned to the lower bracket final. We will see if it's going to be DUR they will be meeting next, but this is definitely a thrashing by RN, I have to say. RN this time, they have tidied up their shots. They have penetrated more shots. But HLV, what has gone wrong for HLV here? I mean, Borsalty very unfortunate to lose so many hit points in that Tekram Bargain, and Joyce so cute tasked to stay there because Borsalty lost so many hit points and Joyce so cute became vulnerable, and then HLV just simply didn't react quickly enough and on B despite having tanks, having the idea, but couldn't really be decisive about it, and RN just simply cruised to, just simply qualified to tomorrow's games comfortably, I have to say. HLV, they have to get into the mood now, because this is not really something that I am really expecting from them. They are now going to meet DUR on Dynasty's Pearl. DUR have qualified. Okay, so let's see the results of DUR versus Salmon. It's going to be 2-0 for DUR. Great job to DUR. Okay, meanwhile, let's look at Group 2. Group 2, we have Feast versus ID. They're still playing. IV knocked out ECG 2-1 in an upset. I think that Ivy was previously Archtoon, so that was a big upset right here. Not sure what happened to ECG tonight as well. They are not feeling up for it. And I mean, I thought it was between Feast, ECG, and ID, but Ivy knocked ECG out of this. This is going to change the power rating by a bit, and they are now through to the lower bracket final, which is, I think, surprising for them. They can further secure their points in the top 16, although it's just a little bit of points they can secure. But looking at home versus EA, they're still playing at the moment. NQE7 has knocked out 9v2. Well, that was close. That was pretty close. But 9v, it was the end of the road for them. But they fought hard with Laos knocking out Kang 2-1 here. It was close. Kang definitely put up a fight. But it's actually Laos going to face E7 because E7 lost to GV02. Oh wow. GV, despite starting not so well, but this is always GV. GV started out not so well and they did well later on. And maybe towards the end of the PYS seasons they started to crumble a little bit, but GV is always a really strong team. So they have to write them off. So E7 is going to face Laos next. What will happen here? We'll find out soon. And going back to the match, we're seeing Der against HLV on Dynasty's Pearl, with Der going for double M60 by Baby Raid and Blue Cielo. Cow Power AMX50B alongside Kanabu, Don double mouse alongside Ishan, non-FP's IS4, HLV going with double mouse with Sebuto Low and the Joyce Luki Bobo Sorti IS4 from Abyss and Lefni, double 50Bs with Rush and Zarutsu, double M60. So let's say what's going to happen here. Dynasty's Pearl, it's a relatively it's a heavy map, so you're going to see a lot of heavily armored tanks. The mouses are very common on Dynasty's Pearl. At one point we saw like 4 of them, and some teams might even go for mouse spam, like 7 mouse on Dynasty's Pearl, and they could still win because this map's just too good for mouse because it's too close. It's so close, the buildings are high and the corridors are so narrow. This is the perfect recipe for mouse. But now that mouse has been nerfed, we are seeing less of mouse, and we're actually seeing some more clippers, and the corridors can be good for secret ambushes. It will be hard for support because it's so well covered that when you're there by the time you're there to help, that tank might have already been killed that you want to rescue, I mean. And are they looking to take revenge on HLV? Red team on the south spawn with HLV blue team north spawn. And they're going with double mouse, double M60, an ice for double 50B with HLV, double 50Bs, an ice for double M60, double mouse. So baby rates in baby rates spotted already by those tanks of Rush and also Sarutsu. No shots been connected, some shots been fired, some tracks happened, some bounces occurred, but no damage been inflicted. So C is going to be captured by Bobo Sorti, which will give HLV the cap lead unless there's going to capture with 3 tanks potentially. That would not be the case because not have peace would get A, B will be captured by 7 so whatever there does, they will not have a cap lead, and they are struggling to reset B. 7 in that mouse, and I think that might not be the best move from HLV here. They have a slight hit point pool lead, but HLV swiftly regrouped, and I think this is going to be hard for Der to make a push now, because HLV have now regrouped, and they have Don and then Amarak. It's going to take some time for Don to reload, but that Amarak's been now fixed. Shots into Joy Salukio. The hit points are still in favor of Der. Der is doing fine in triple win hit points. HLV now looking to make a push, despite them not needing to do so because they have the cap lead. The 50B stopped midway. That could be a problem, but Baby Race is now taking a lot of hits here. So the hit points are now back in favor of HLV, and a bit questionable to put shots into balls, so not those 50Bs. Good piece of 50Bs from Abyss taking a lot of hits. Baby Race is now dead. The rush is now coming in from from Dur. They're now looking to kill off the tanks of HLV, the 4 tanks here. But now the tanks of Dur are now on drum reload, so they're going to take a long time before they can reload. Ball Sword is now dead. Rush looking for not have peace. And the Mountains of Dur struggling to hold on. But Ishan bounds onto Rush. Dur, they need to get all their shots in. They're looking for Lively. Lively showing the side. I think the HE shells will come in. Oh, big shell here. And another big shell to Lively. And Kanama's going to kill off Lively here. So the Kippers are now neck and neck. Ishan is now dead. Blue Cello is running away from HLV. Rush is now dead. This is actually getting really close. 4 versus 3. Dur could still do it here. Blue Cello is now dead. And it's now going to be 3 versus 3. Hit points are very close. But double 50Bs for Dur. They can be really soft for those bouncers. So I have to say the 50Bs have to play this one really carefully. Those bouncers would not be a good start. Cow Power's on the drum reload. Kanam is still reloading, but Seven now is looking for Cow Power. Sarutsu's also looking for Cow Power. Sarutsu, oh, that block here from Series of No, not the best idea. Kanam, great shot into Sarutsu. Can he land another shot into Sarutsu? No, I don't think so. I think Sarutsu, Kanam has to pull back here and let Dondo come forward to shield Kanamu. And that was a great shield from Don. Took some hits though, but it's going to be enough here. It's still getting close. It's still getting really close. The hit points are in huge with HLV at the moment here. But anything can change. Kanamu was almost reloaded. But Seven looking for Kanamu. And that HE shell would do the job. And that means Don will be the last person standing for Dur. And HLV will get the first one. Great job to HLV and Dur. Definitely did not do poorly this one. And I think it was close in the end. But I believe Dur, that inability to kill off those 50Bs quickly enough might have cost them the game. But it was really close. So it could have gone either way, to be honest with you. But HLV simply did slightly better in killing off the tanks and not bouncing fewer shots. And always, as in a brawl, if you bounce fewer shots and land your target and get your priorities right, you will have the slight edge. And it seems HLV got that slight edge, and they will be doing and they will be leading 1-0 here. Great job to HLV. Okay, so let's look at the results of other matches, other groups. We know RN has beaten HLV because we followed that. Feast beat ID. What's the scoreline here? 2-1. It was close. And then we have Ho. Oh, Ho beating EA 2-1. Congratulations to Ho, the first time he qualified to the second day. Previously known as E4D. Another Japanese clan actually, and they have done well. Beating EA would definitely be a huge boost. Will actually get knocked out by E7, NQE7 next. We'll find out soon. But that would not be good news for EA. That the top 8 is going to be, it's going to be heating up, and it's going to be fuego. So let's actually now go to the second match on Dynasty's Pearl. Can Dur do it? Oh, I thought I didn't ready up. I did ready up though. So we are seeing Dur going with triple M60, double bows, a crown, and a T22 with HLV, double 50Bs, double M60, double bows, and an IS4. Let's go. Dur, red team north spawn with HLV, blue team south spawn. And Dur going for C this time, and HLV doing something similar as well. So I think there will be a lot of brawl happening around that C area, but I believe T22 We didn't see T22 that often nowadays. I don't know why. It hasn't been nerfed or something like that. Maybe the ammo rack is still quite easily destroyed. So maybe that's why people don't take that many T22s nowadays. And almost, I mean, as always, the heavy tanks have better armor. So all those medium tanks, apart from maybe the AMX-50B. But Ghana was crossing into C with impunity, but that would give them a cap lead because HLV got A first. So they would either need to get B or they need to figure out how to rotate. But HLV would not make it easy for Der to rotate and also capture capture. And no damage been inflicted from both teams, but HLV has slight hit point pool advantage inherently. So they have to be really careful. Der needs to figure out how to rotate. The cow power will be crucial in getting the spots up. But once again, he has to be really careful about the spots getting spotted though, because last time it happened on Middleburg, got punished hard. Not just himself getting punished hard, the entire team got punished hard for the caps too, because that's kind of sent a message to HLV that they're going somewhere else. But that was not something that Cow Power will be happy about. Except with no great shot into the side armor of Cow Power. Cow Power a little bit too careless there. They know HLV is close. How close? But great shot from Cow Power to 7 no. Just that split second of 7 no. The angling hit, their turret armor would give that gave the opportunity for Der to do something into HLV, but that was not a lot of damage because that was definitely heat shell. And at this stage, you don't want to conserve your credits. You might have to dish out a lot of your heat shells, because that is what that sometimes determine whether you earn whether you win that game or not. And sometimes winning that match could earn you a lot more credits than the number of credits you lose for shooting a heat shell. Der now can move on to B, but I don't think this is working really nicely. I believe they should have made that rush first and then the push on B, because now the attention is all onto those mouses and Don is now really low. So it was one knows coming from behind. This is really not good for Der, but they have managed to actually shut down Rush. Unknown reason, Rush made that terrible mistake, but now Don's now dead, Nifty running around. But they need to consolidate. They are a little bit separated at the moment. Eshan is going to go down. If they can't get Sarutsu out of the way, HLV would have a substantial hit point advantage. And now the HLV got B as well. And C will be captured by HLV too. So this is not looking good. Someone needs to get A. The T22 might want to get A here. And HLV got 3 caps once again. And time is running out for Der. They need to get the kills out of the way. They look to get to enjoy solo kill, but the cap points are now more than 800 for HLV. A is now getting captured by Der, and they now kill off enjoy solo kill. The hit points still in favor of HLV, but HLV are now defending A and B and C really nicely. All depends on the cow power where they can flank and also distract the forces of HLV. All depends on that cow power now. And B is now trying to get cap stopped, trying to buy some time for Der. I think Der is doing the right stuff, but at the start, would that be too much to handle? Oh, I don't know what 7 is trying to do here. I don't know, it might be a good idea, but from Abyss might be the attention that Baby Racer wants to go for. Blue Yellow's now dead. HLV very close to winning this. From Abyss needs to be killed. He is killed. Can he kill off 7 no though? But not happy is now quite low. This is actually getting really close. 7 no needs to put that shell into 7 no. 7 no. With not happy is now dead. 7 no. That kill shot would give HLV that win 2-0. Another close one once again. Der didn't. I think they should have made that rush first instead of the mouse going in, because well, even if they do, they should have timed it slightly better, because the mouses went in too early and the flank the rush didn't quite happen until one tank got pretty much taken out already. And HLV rush, I think that was a terrible mistake here. Rush in, caught in the crossfire, brought the hit points very close once again. Durr did everything they could in the end, but I think that was too much to handle when they lost 2 mouses quickly because they just rushed in too early with those mouses, and HLV definitely punished them hard for that. And we are now going back to RN versus HLV, and I think the performance tonight, they should be pretty proud of that. And even though they couldn't qualify for tomorrow, that bodes well for another strong performance for the next 2 previous skill. But I believe time is running out if they want to get a top 8 position. They have to absolutely qualify to the next to the day 3 for the next 2, because this is looking pretty grim for them now. Now that they couldn't qualify 2 times already, and RN versus HLV is next, and Group 2 ID versus IV. What's the result here? They're still playing, so it could be interesting. NQE7 against EA. They're still playing. And finally E7 versus Laos. And they're still playing, so we are actually the first group to play the grand final. Potentially I will divert all of you to watch Rolling Swarm when we have finished. So let's go. RN on New Bay, are they going to take a Chieftain? This is going to be an interesting choice. But HLV going with a triple M60 by Lily, Russian Sarutsu. From Abyss to the Crab Bargain. An Iron Rat tank maybe taking the U100, but once again, New Bay is a heavy map, so it favors those heavy armored tanks. HLV seems to be playing playing well with those close maps. Open maps, they seem to struggle. Like Vineyard and also Black Goldville, today they are struggling quite a lot. Although Middleburg was like semi-open, so you can't really count that. Hello Mutsu. Why are you here to suffer? HLV double mouse by 7010 and Joyce Q from Abyss double crown alongside lap behind. Lift the Russian Sarutsu triple M60. RN going for a double mouse by off beating an Alpha Drabado in the M60 alongside Red Tank. No Diva Crab Varga the World VK 90.01 Q P. Neon Genesis is not going to play. It's going to be actually Ploy Kickshaw. No M60 potentially. No, WZ13. Drabado might be changing. He's going to ready up. Oswald and Neo Genesis is going to be on the subs bench. Drabado confirms with the M60. So ID versus IV, and it ends 2-0 for ID. Well done to ID. And next we have EA versus NQE7. And they are still playing, could go to a tiebreaker at this rate. E7 versus Laos, and they are still playing. So we don't know. 1 minute left to go. Nibe. Okay, let's go New Bay, and let's see what both teams going to do. And seems HLV have found their groove with those with a relatively closed map. So New Bay could be a map that's good for them. RN, despite being very dominant in the last one, we don't know about this one. So let's find out soon. RN versus HLV. Okay, so RN, the red team on the north spot going mostly to the A side. HLV doing the same, and nice fancy pink building once again. We all love pink buildings, and let's follow Lively for now. And no diva. Ploy Kickshaw, maybe actually more interesting. Let's go for the Ploy Kickshaw. How down this area, very important to put shots into that behind and Lively. It was not penetration. The world. Again, 7-1 no, might want some help from Ploy Kickshaw, but Ploy Kickshaw seems, the request seems to fall on deaf ears. The world has taken some hits already against 7-1 no. It's already 2 shots away, so 7-1 is going to win this one if the world doesn't get any more help. So RN definitely not starting well here. Ploy Kickshaw is rotating, looking to help the world. The world now down to 1,607 hit points, and HLV still holding well near the bridge side. So RN only 5 tanks here, 6 tanks with HLV. RN can't push on the bridge side, and the mouse is trying to hold. And I think that HLV knows this call, knows that they have the numerical advantage, looking to get more aggressive over to the bridge side. RN is now forced to defend. No diva, takes only 1 hit. This is good. This is good. RN needs to hold as long as they could, but is it going to be enough here? Ploy Kickshaw trying to support the forces of RN, and immediately 7-1 no has fewer hit points than the world, because I believe Ploy Kickshaw put some shots in there as well. So HLV, despite being a bit more aggressive, couldn't really make use of that numerical advantage, and RN has certainly bitten back. And definitely because Ploy Kickshaw has rotated HLV originally, that pressing maneuver backfired obviously. And now hit points in huge favor of RN. If it continues this way, oh god, see you then, Mutsu. Then RN will win this. And they just need to kill all those low hit point pool targets, so I think both teams need to. Both teams sharing hit points really nicely. Now the Rush and Joyce will kill all one-shots. They could get killed very quickly. Rush now killed as well. 2 consecutive kills for Javard already. And it's now 7 versus 3 still for Rao and from Vincent and Joyce will kill all dead. And actually, can RN survive with 7 tanks remaining alive? But that would be amazing. And they did actually have 7 tanks left alive on the battlefield. But this is, but I think this is a little bit. I think this doesn't really show how close this game was. But you can go. But we can see that RN shared their hit points very nicely. HLV, they know that they have the numerical advantage over the bridge side. Couldn't quite connect. Couldn't quite, you know, isolate the tanks and focus fire, and I think that was the main reason why they couldn't win the first one, and because they weren't quick enough to capitalize on that numerical advantage. RN Ploy Kickshaw chipped away enough hit points of 7-1 no, allowing the world to have more hit points rotated and supported their teammates to make it even once again. And HLV, because they were pressing, suddenly they have to pull back, and immediately RN just countered that, and RN just did well in this one once again, and it was a 1-0 victory so far. And let's find out Group 3 and 4 results. We will be seeing the second match soon on New Bay. But NTE7 knocked EA out 2-0. It seems ECG and EA, those 2 Chinese clans, are not having a good night here, and definitely NQE7. This performance here is going to put them closer to top 8, and EA, they might have trouble securing a spot in the top 8 here. E7 versus Laos. It ends 2-1 for E7. Laos puts up a good fight, but it wasn't enough in the end. But I think Laos still has a good chance securing a top 8 spot in the end. But they were just unlucky with the seeding this time. We are back on New Bay. Our N, double IS4, double M60, double mouse, and a VK with HLV, double cron, triple M60, and double mouse. With spawns switched. Will RN continue their amazing performance like last time? Because they really did well last time. Let me just get it right. There we go. RN, Red Sea once again going to the bridge side, so is HLV. But this time HLV needs to play it more carefully over to the middle side. Last time they allowed one of the mouse to they allowed the world to actually win that area, and no, that wasn't the main problem. The main problem was they weren't clinical enough on the bridge side. I was most certainly once again punish them for that. Geraldo dropped a lot of hit points already, trying to cross and going up the hill. I mean the bridge. And we're seeing Mouse. Silver's window took a shot from the world. If it continues this way, Will once again can win this side. Trying to side scrape nicely. Oh, receives an HE splash, I believe. By quite a lot actually. So the world is actually going more aggressive now. Still has fewer hit points than Silver's window. Oh, that was a great shot into Silver's window. Exceptionally high roll there. Alpha is actually going downwards, so once again HLV has the numerical advantage over to the bridge side. This time they have to make use of that. Alpha, the world could take out 071. No, if HLV is doing nothing there, it's going to be game over for HLV. But for some reason, the RN, despite being in a numerical disadvantage, already chipping a lot of hit points away of those tanks here. And 6 vs 5 doesn't seem to work out really well. With 7-1-0 now dead. This time, RN is actually doing even better. But they lost no Diva already. But looking at RN already making a big push. Left behind is now really low. Now one shot will be killed by an Iron tank soon. I think it was Iron Brechter that was trying to do that. But so many bounces going on. RN, they don't want to throw this one away. So Rutz is now dead. And it's now going to be a 6 vs 5. Left behind is now dead. Ploy Kickshot is also dead. No, yeah, Left behind is now finally dead. 5 vs 4. Livni is now going to be very low. I think Alpha is going to put a shot into Livni. Not allowing Livni to push his clip. Rush is now down to one shot, and so is from Abyss. And the world trying to ram into Rush, almost killing off Rush. From Abyss is now dead. 5 vs 1 leaving now, and Joyce will kill the last person standing. HLV doing even worse this time on the bridge side, actually losing quite a lot of hit points there. And our end just 2 vs 1 against that mouse, no chance with HLV whatsoever. HLV just not really good tonight against RN. RN just simply dominating against HLV, and I wish them all the best for tomorrow because they looked really strong. Here, HLV with 2 tanks doing more than 2k, RN 4 tanks doing more than 2k, and this is it. 2-0 for RN in quite a quick fashion. So I believe now we can hop over and watch rolling stream. Rolling stream now. I don't think we have any more results coming in that quickly. So I'm going to send all of you to watch Roaring Swarm stream so that we can enjoy everything. Enjoy his commentary as well. I mean, NQE7 they just began, so I mean, I'm going to end my stream here. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for staying here and choosing to watch my stream. Not a lot of viewers tonight. I mean, a lot fewer than the last time, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. But thank you very much. See you then. I'll see you on the EU server